Hey, hello, hello. How are you guys today? Thank you for hanging out. We're gonna be having a very short stream today, uh, due to availability and whatnots. So we're gonna jump straight into the song, and then we're going to do just a real quick who we are type thing, and then jumping straight into previously on. So, um, what? Oh, Aldous, thank you so much for the resub. That's lovely. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm sorry all alerts are turned off, so I can't hear it, but thank you. Oh, shit, that reminds me, I gotta turn off sound alerts. I'll do it while we're doing the other things.
See, that's what I blame you for.
I
Just add
know.
it to the list.
All the things. All the damn things. Um, that's.
You're a good
I like
kid.
the way
Yes,
I
you
like the
show
way
your
we were talking for a good 20 minutes, and there was no cat in
Yeah.
Aqua's room.
Oh, cool. You know what? I don't even think I have him loaded in here. So it shouldn't be a problem. Nice.
Yeah, the sound alerts boss just came in and said, it's offline.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and listen to. For those of you that are just now joining us, we're going to only do one of the three songs today because we have a session tomorrow that will be much longer. And so we're going to do two of the three tomorrow and just do one of Krakus's today, the first one submitted. And hello, everybody. Welcome in. And here we go. 3, 2, 1.
With cat-like tread our heroes dare not sneeze, in silence thread their way among the trees. Quiet as a lynx, they never speak a word, a chainmail clinks, lurkily not heard. So stealthily the foursome wait, while all the enemies debate. All fans of D&D know it's down to dice rolls, tells you where your foot falls. Please roll successfully or find yourselves in jeopardy. With deadly aim Demaya blasts a foe. In grumbly came, weapon swinging low. Adrian thrusts high, smiting all he sees. Truly gives a sigh, weakening at her knees. So lovingly she hugs her bow, the other stunned by her warm glow. Come, friends, to victory. Skeletons in pieces, zombies turn to feces. Watch Grumbly hug a tree, and Demaya loots her enemy. Look, chat, we see Bonnie. Wait for our attention, loves her mum's affection. Let's cheer for cute Bonnie. Hip 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 hip, hooray! Hooray!
That's amazing. I love that. Oh, thank you. Gilbert and Sullivan?
Sounded like it. It's a takeoff of something. Sounds like
Yeah.
Pirates of Penzance to me, but I might be getting it muddled up with something else.
Hey, Park. Hello. Welcome in. For now, my workday is not yet over. Well, I hope to see you soon. Thanks for popping in. Hi, Bentley. Hi, Redneck. Hi, Hashtag. Hi, Gosh. Hi, Krakus. Thank you for the song. So we're going to do a quick roll through who we are and what we're doing, and who we are in this campaign. And we'll go ahead and start with Aldous.
I shall just wait for the delay before I see.
What we're doing.
Believe it or not, I used to be.
I thought we were Are we doing recap?
No, no,
And
no.
are
We're
we doing
just
transit?
we're just doing a quick explanation for anybody who might join us. Gives me a chance to give everybody's information out and hype them up a little bit. So just like who you are in this campaign, who you are
I
in
see.
general.
Sorry, I was
Intro.
misunderstanding. I'm the DM. I don't stream, so you won't find me anywhere because I'm hiding from you. You may occasionally see me in Penny's Discord. And that's about it.
Arqua.
So I'm Aqua, and this is my kitty Tori, who of course is leaving as it's our dog. And yeah, so I do stream, and you can find my link down in chat. Thanks to Penny. And yeah, I recently just finished the Dishonored series, which was really fun, and I killed a lot of people. And I'm planning on doing Dark Souls soon, which will be karma for me killing all those people because I will die a lot.
Nice. And also, she is a content creator with art. She does beautiful art and has a page for her merchandise, which you can find at the bottom of her shout out there. And Evolved, go for it. No,
I am Evolved Evil. I play Adrian, the brooding, thrusting and busting chap of the group. He is a paladin, but I am a variety streamer here on Twitch. I play a lot of different games, mostly a lot of shooters. That's primarily what I play. Not almost exclusively.
Almost
I do play other
exclusively.
games. I do play other games
Sometimes.
like RPGs, story-driven games, co-op games, and party games.
Like once a month.
That involves shooting.
Some of them have involved shooting in some aspect, but I do play other things. Thank you, Penny. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I do basically tech support for Penny as well. So you can find me in the friendship cave where all the wires are going, so she can electrocute my balls if I don't get her stream working right.
Yeah. I haven't got a case for yours yet, unlike Mucky's.
No, it's just electricity, which is so much worse.
Speaking of Mucky, go for it, bro.
What? Help me. Just help me. Hi. Everybody, if you don't know who I am, shame on you. Occasionally stream. I like to give it equal opportunity trolling fest so you can get some sort of revenge on me. But pretty much you'll probably see me in Penny's chat more than anybody else's. And Aqua's quite a bit at the minute as well. Just being me.
Just being the Mucky.
How's your toe doing? The champ.
Toe.
So
Oh, the
going
toe.
to previously on. It's Alda's turn. It's Alda's.
Okay, so last time in our session, our bold adventurers, fresh off having been viciously set upon by a guard drake and some hobgoblins, were on the way to see if they could find and potentially rescue a druid. They found their way to a clearing. They were where they found a couple of local hunters who they were also trying to rescue in the middle of this fight between an elemental and some skeletons, and there was also what appeared to be a wizard and the mysterious red masked figure who has been kind of stalking their footsteps of late. They decided that they would do their best to make to question, and at that point truly cast a spell that didn't actually do what she expected it to, and And at that point, the elemental was killed by the red masked figure. The skeletons and the wizard killed the hunters, and then turned around and set upon the party. They were all dispatched with particularly dashing style, mostly by Demaya. And then the druid appeared, who was suitably grateful. He then said he had to go and take care of an injured animal. We'll be back to talk to them shortly. And they proceeded to spend some time hugging a tree and looting the bodies. And that was about where we left it. They discovered a little bit of treasure. They didn't know exactly what it did, and that's where we left off.
Alrighty, so for any of you who are new to the D&D streams, once we get into session, we do not engage with chat. Vocally we are in the story, and we are going to be engaged in roleplay. And with the storytelling, you will occasionally, you'll see us responding via chat, but we have to stay in character for the rest of the stream. So. And starting now.
All right, so you guys find yourself at the foot of the tree. Zar is in his hut attending to his wounded bird of prey, and has promised he'll be down in a minute. You had also discovered some loot. Zar has also said, obviously, you're welcome to climb up to his house if you want to. So what would you guys like to do at this point?
I think Truly is kind of keen to keep her space from Adrian, specifically. She's a little embarrassed.
Can't imagine why.
Yeah.
Can't imagine why.
A little bit. So she's actually going to go back to where the elemental died, because they totally failed to help that poor creature out, and she's just gonna go investigate and see if there's anything to be seen over there.
Okay, that's fine. If you want to roll an investigation check, you're most welcome to.
Oh no, that's a 6.
Okay, I mean, you basically find a bunch of churned up earth, because that is what the creature was made of, with a couple of little bits of skeleton sticking out from it. You don't find much else apart from that.
She's going to kind of sit in contemplation, or just kind of kneel next to it, and maybe just not necessarily say a prayer, but just kind of send her regrets, just kind of just like sit there and contemplate and feel sorrow for the fact that they totally, didn't help this poor creature.
Sure. The big pile of earth responds exactly as you would expect a big pile of earth to respond if you expressed empathy for it.
That's where she's gonna stay.
So we've got Grumbly hugging a tree.
Yep.
We've got Truly hugging some earth. Demaya, Adrian, would you like to hug anything, or?
Demaya's still a little frustrated that the woman in the red mask managed to get away. But I think she's gonna go try to talk to the druid, who I think is still in his treehouse.
He is, so you're gonna try and climb up.
I think I'll just yell at him.
Okay, that's fine. so you what are you gonna yell?
Are you ready for us to come up now?
He looks over and says, he says by all means. He says by all means, if you want to come up, that's fine. But I was just about to be on my way down actually, so you might want to hold on.
Okay.
So at which point he appears at the doorway of the hut with a sort of satchel looking thing, relatively sizable, slung over sort of one shoulder, and he's got a little bird of prey kind of perched on one shoulder, and he basically descends by climbing the tree, looking like he's done this many times before, and kind of gets to the bottom, and basically, sort of offers his hand around to each of you, kind of, well, to Adrian and Demea anyway, because the other two look busy, hugging the earth and
Okay.
hugging the tree. And as a druid, he very much understands people wanting to hug earth and trees, so he's not going to interrupt. So he sort of offers his hand and offers his thanks.
Mommy! Mommy!
Yeah, Adrian's just gonna walk over to Truly and do you want to talk about what happened? Just to be clear, that was your crazy magic stuff, right? Just want to make sure. Is that what that was?
Let's be, yes, I think that maybe we should talk about this. There is 0% of that was anything that was real. It was completely out of my control. I don't feel that way. I'm so sorry about crossing boundaries that I'm sure we both feel, were crossed. I know that we're probably both very uncomfortable, and I don't feel the need to talk about it any further, unless there's something that you want to say. But after this conversation,
I have nothing to say because you're not a mermaid or any kind of a water creature. So
is that
thank
really
you very
like
much.
your
Just wanted
vibe?
to-
Is water creatures?
They're really wet.
I'm gonna sit with this poor dead creature some more. I don't know how to respond to you.
Just wanted to check. You all right? You have fun with your dead dirt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back over here.
You know. See ya.
At that point, Zal the druid kind of looks over at you truly, and he says, I do enjoy a good dramatic gesture as much as the next person, but I should probably point out that the elemental is not dead. It's just returned to its home plane, and can be summoned again another time. That's sort of the way that elementals work. So he said, anyhow, never mind about that. He says, my my thanks. As you know, the creatures that attacked my house were looking for something. They're asking for a key of some sort, but I had no idea what they were talking about or referring to. They did also mention that the dryads who live in this forest, and I do worry for them. Their grove lies about a day or so's march northeast of here. If you, I can show you the way if you like. I can sort of draw you a map. I feel though that I need to be. I can't stay here. It's obviously not safe. I need to move somewhere else. So I'm going to head to Rustwater, keep a small hut on the common there for when I go into town to trade, and I shall go and stay there for a while. If you wish to accompany me, I would appreciate the escort. But of course, it's not necessary. I do feel very at home in the forest and am attuned to its ways. One thing that you may want to consider, and he strokes the bird of prey on his shoulder here at this point, and it says that Martinet here was injured by an arrow from one of the hobgoblins when he was coming to tell me of a force of hobgoblins moving to the south of here, on the west side of the river, which would put them in Rustwater in a few days' time. That was a couple of days ago, so they're on their way. So it's up to you, of course. If you want to help the dryads, I would obviously appreciate that as a warden of the forest. Or if you wish to come with me and make sure that that the town is safe first, then by all means do so.
I would like
At this-
to escort you to safety.
Mm.
At this point, I kind of feel like
Yeah.
a lot of people have died that we could have potentially helped, and we didn't make it in time. Those two poor men that were killed right in front of us and then turned into the undead. That was terrible. I would rather not see anything happen to you as well.
Grumbly kind of turns around and gestures, should we bury these lot?
Tsar basically says it's often considered a good idea with the undead to lay them to rest in some way. Yes.
Should we burn them?
Tsar looks at you and he says, destroying remains or purifying them with holy water is often a good idea with some undead, but poor Willem and Cadwal here were essentially only briefly resurrected by the necromancer. Their spirits will be at rest now. There's nothing to fear from their bodies. They are essentially ordinary corpses at this point, and the skeletons, gestures around at the various piles of shattered bones around here, they're not going to be reassembling themselves.
Aldous, Truly was able to get a ring off of one of the men that was killed, right?
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. So yeah, maybe we could do a quick burial for them, and then we can be on our way if you're not in too big of a hurry.
Tsar says no, by all means. And sort of basically settles down at that point to feed some small grubs to his goshawk.
So Grumbler's going to walk over and start digging the holes.
I'm going to help Grumbly with it.
Demaya's gonna kind of just keep watch around just in case something might sneak up on them while they're doing this.
Sure, absolutely fine. No, nothing though does kind of sneak up on you. There's no, sort of signs of any more of the hobgoblins or any more undead or anything like that. And you get a sense that all of the, if there was any wildlife in this grove, that it would be friendly to you because of the presence of the druid. So there doesn't seem to be anything to worry about. Whilst you don't necessarily have anything, particularly designed for digging, between various bits of equipment you carry in your packs, you'll be able to sort of scrape out some shallow graves in sort of about sort of half hour to an hour of decent digging. So I'm going to say that's not anything we have to worry about rolling anything for or anything like that. Truly, what are you doing in all of this? Because I can say that this is essentially a short rest for Truly and Demea, as you're not involved in the digging.
Yeah, she's gonna probably walk up to Demea and I'm really sorry. I think I just misunderstood what the new ability that I had did. I know that I was able to track her or their location up to a certain point, so we know which way they went. and we might be able to mark that and start heading in that direction if we can come back and maybe see if there's some sort of camp that she went to. We can explore that maybe after we kind of guide this guy to safety and report back with all of our findings after all this crazy freaking couple days, and I'm really sorry.
Devea is gonna kind of take a moment to respond because she didn't realize just how grumpy and upset she is about the whole situation, because she was that close to the person who could potentially be involved with her mentor's murder. And she's gonna just kind of not really say anything because she doesn't want to say too much or the wrong thing.
It's okay. We don't have to talk about it. I feel really bad. I wanted to apologize, and I know that we're gonna get answers. It's only a matter of time.
I hope so.
So have we finished? We've buried these guys then, and we're starting to make our way back to the town with the druid.
You certainly can, absolutely. Unless there's anything else anybody would like to do during this brief period of downtime.
I might pick up a skull.
For instance, that somebody, by all means, you can pick up a skull if you want. For instance, if somebody found something about a week ago, a couple weeks ago rather, something perhaps, like a small stone,
gem.
Like a magic gem. Yeah. Did someone find a magic gem? What a coincidence that I happen to be.
I might have just finally looked back over my notes briefly. Yeah, there's a magic gem.
I am willing to hint at this stuff because it's been a while.
I appreciate that. Yes, I would like to sit and hold it. Maybe that's partly what was keeping my attention from Truly too, was not just the anger, but the what is this thing?
So obviously after a while, being a sort of cleric of the forest, you obviously get the sense that you're in no danger here, so you have some time to do some other stuff. So you sort of sit down and kind of contemplate a little bit on the stone that you found, and you sort of able to sort of hold it in your hands, kind of meditate with it, kind of feel out the aura. And you basically end up a sort of a word kind of appears in your mind. Okay, and basically, and it is the command word for this gem, and essentially what you realize you have is you have a large black pearl, and this is sometimes referred to as a pearl of power if you're looking for it in your D&D Beyond inventory. And basically what you figure out in your period of meditation is that you could kind of tap into some of the power in this stone to kind of recharge some of like the magical capacity that you carry within you each day. So essentially what this gem will let you do is if you speak the command word once per day, you can regain an expended spell slot of up to 3rd level.
Ooh.
If you can use it to regain spell slots higher than that, but they only are 3rd level. So let's say you expended a 6th level spell slot, you could kind of reclaim it, but as a 3rd level spell slot, if you like. So
that makes sense.
Basically lets you replenish up to a 3rd level spell slot every day, and after that you can't use it again until dawn the following day.
Excellent. Is the power word something I get to make up?
If you want to make it up, then that's fine, because it's appeared to you in your mind.
Okay.
All right, so that is all fine. As far as everything that goes in, there is nothing else that particularly needs doing, and you are able to set off for the town. you're able to make pretty decent time through the forest and not face too much in the way of obstructions or anything like that. Thanks to the fact that you have a druid showing you the way. Your journey is, relatively speaking, kind of uneventful. If you, I'll ask you to do, because you are about a day and a half out from Rustwater, so we can kind of go unskippable cutscene for most of the travelling, because it is not going to be particularly dangerous for you with a druid in tow. But what I'll ask you to do is, I'll ask one of you to roll percentile dice for me, please.
Oh, who's got the luckiest dice?
I
Aqua.
can do
Aqua.
it.
Aqua.
There it is. So you roll both the D100 and D10, right?
Yes.
63.
Okay, so yeah, you basically journey through your first day, or the first sort of 24-hour period, where you're able to sort of push yourself through. You're able to even travel through the night without anything particularly bad happening, without any kind of encounters. You obviously see sort of, some animals, here and there in the forest, that sort of thing, but they all seem to either be friendly or just not interested in you because you have a druid for company. At that point, you are going to have to take a long rest in this travel over the course of the 24-hour period, unless you want to push through without a rest. That is perfectly allowable, but you will be at risk of exhaustion if you do that.
Grumbler's going to point out that his belly's rumbling and he thinks we should make camp. But he's looking at his pals who seem to have some sort of mission on their mind. All he's thinking about is his belly.
I agree. I think a rest would do as well. After the battles that we've had, more rest.
Yeah. Yes, for sure.
Besides, I heard druids are good cooks.
So Grumbly may have heard that, but Zar just sort of raises a bit of an eyebrow. He produces from his backpack what looks like about a foot-long length of tree branch. It's got some little twiggy bits coming off it, and a couple of little leaves here and there. And he basically takes it out and he kind of whispers a word, and in the palm of his hand appear 5 they essentially look like very large blueberries, and essentially he takes one of these and he pops it in his mouth and he starts to chew and he basically offers them round, and he explains that these are goodberries, and if you eat a goodberry, you regain 1 hit point, but it also provides you with enough nutrition to last for an entire day.
Sheesh.
Grumbler's kind of reaching out, and takes one and kind of pops it in his mouth and kind of doesn't lose eye contact with the druid. Kind of.
Truly.
So essentially, imagine like the nicest, sweetest fruit you've ever had. Like, sort of, it basically tastes like that.
So as he's chewing, he's kind of going,
Where Truly's gonna kind of start getting excited, and as she takes one, she's going to pull out a piece of paper and some basically writing materials in her pack, and she's gonna start writing little notes about the berry, what it's called, and she's gonna ask the druid, can you find this, like, is this local to the area, something that you can find in this area? Is it something that that you grew yourself? I'd love to know more about it, and send this to my uncle.
And Zar says, no, this is not a magical crop. This is not a natural crop. This is the intersection of nature and of magic. So this is something I have conjured rather than something that I have grown. So
Fascinating.
it's something which those who are attuned to the way of nature and the way of magic are able to conjure through spells.
Truly's going to write everything that you say down as she's nibbling on her berry and then describing the flavor of it, and then continue writing more personal message to her uncle.
Okay, absolutely. All right. So obviously at that point, as you are all sort of bedding down, can I have an order in which you're going to go on watch? Assuming you're setting a watch, you don't have to. I'm not
Truly
saying
will
anything
volunteer to
bad.
take first watch, as she's really jazzed about writing to her uncle about everything that has been going on about the berry, because she thinks he'll find it fascinating. And so she's gonna just kind of stay up and start writing, and then occasionally look around and try to pay attention, but then just kind of go back into writing mode.
Okay, that's fine. So at that point, so Truly's going to take a watch. You say first watch, that is, and
I'll take second watch.
Adrian, yeah,
You can take third.
and then Grumbly.
Grumbly will offer to wake up early to watch over his friends.
Seems like a morning person. Okay, so at that point, right. So, all right, Truly, I'm going to ask you to roll a D100, please. So your percentile dice.
Both tens or just the one?
That's the one. Yeah, both of them.
Okay. Wait, this is the 8. There we go. 61.
Okay, that's fine. So, despite the fact that you spend most of your watch sat near the fire, using the, in the sort of the light, in the sort of dim light of the forest, to basically writing notes for a lot of the time, so you're not really paying attention. Nothing happens across the camp during your watch. Adrian, you take over.
Adrian is going to use his spider abilities to climb a tree so that he has a higher vantage point to see if anything is approaching.
That's fine. You climb a tree. About how high up in this tree are you going to go?
Probably like 20 feet.
Okay, that's fine. Adrian has no need to roll for for this climbing.
Okay.
I'll let the rest of you figure out why. So I'll ask you to also roll percentile dice for me, please, Adrian.
$47.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to roll them again for me, please.
$35.
Okay. As you're up in your tree, you hear a sort of a rustling in the undergrowth. About sort of it's getting sort of closer to the camp. You hear it when it's probably about 40 feet out from the camp or so. There's something or several somethings moving through the undergrowth, making sort of snuffling noises, and their path is going to take them sort of nearby to the camp as far as you can tell.
Adrian is going to reposition himself to look at the direction of the sounds. He's just going to kind of stare in its direction to see if he could see anything. Which I do believe he has dark vision.
He does. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and make a perception check for me, please.
It's 10.
Okay. So I'm gonna say you don't catch sight of anything until they're probably only about 20 feet out from the camp, at which point you realize that there are several kind of large creatures kind of snuffling their way through the undergrowth. You catch a sort of sight of some black and white fur as you as they sort of make their way through the undergrowth.
I'm going to alert everyone and wake them up from their slumber.
Okay.
Because we are clearly being attacked by some kind of creatures of the night.
Okay. So you call out. You call out to everybody, and everybody kind of comes awake. What do you call down to them?
I call down to them saying, "There's some creatures crawling towards us. There's a number of them. Get up."
Huh? How did you get up that tree?
I used my spider's ability that I
You
told you.
don't have
Wow.
spider ability. Oh my god.
How did I get
no.
up here then?
I'm going back to
I
sleep,
didn't.
guys. I'm going back to sleep. I don't. He's. What the? It's not a thing. What is your problem? You woke us up for
Okay.
this shit?
Yeah, 'cause those are things.
At this point, Zar has kind of come to his feet, and as he does so, there is some growling from like the bushes now. Nothing seems to be moving at this point. There just seems to be growling, and Zar kind of cocks his head to one side, and he calls up to you, and he says, "Tell me quickly, what did you see?"
I saw some creatures that seemed to be rather large, crawling towards us. They appeared to be black and white.
Okay. At which point he basically looks over, and he realizes that Demea is closest to the side of the clearing where these creatures are, and he says, Demea, you have nothing to fear as long as you stay calm and make no threatening moves towards the undergrowth. Move over here
Nice
to the side of the
guns.
fire where I am, and he's going to start move forwards. And I'm going to ask you at this point to make an animal handling check for me, please.
Oh god. Oh no. Ooh, wait. 15?
Okay, that's fine. So you kind of successfully managed to kind of move your body language, so you obviously kind of appearing non-threatening, and you're kind of backing away. At the same time, Zar is kind of making some sort of growls and grunts kind of thing in under his breath, and as you look at the bushes, there's a further rustling sound, and from it emerges a group of three very much oversized badgers. So these are not normal sized badgers; they are like about 2.5 times the size. So in a fight, they would be pretty tough, but they are basically just badgers. And
I
so
want to be friends.
so at which point Zar kind of
They're
looks
so
over to you,
cute.
and he looks over his shoulders at both of you, and he says, "They are cute, but they could easily snap a hand off. So I would keep your distance." He says, "Badgers are
Demea's
creatures
gonna,
of the
like-
forest, but they are ill-tempered,
pet-
shall we say?"
And Demea's just gonna quietly pet Humphrey on her shoulder, like, don't go near them.
So at this point, with your successful animal handling, the badgers kind of snuffle off into the forest, and that is that. Okay.
So you woke us up for badgers. Thank you.
There's something crawling towards us. I can't see quite what it is. It's dark out.
Good night, morning boner.
Next time,
See you tomorrow.
fine.
Nice
I hope
tree
they crawl up
climbing.
your ass. back to my tree.
He's just gonna roll over.
just gonna grump into his tree. Okay, so until the end of your kind of resting session, I'm tempted to say morning, but it isn't morning because you're sort of out of kilter with the times a little bit because of when you set off, and when you're gonna have to break. You finish your rest, and you're able to kind of carry on your journey without further incident. So. At that point, you are kind of moving down the trail towards Rustwater, the town, and you are going to be kind of moving down the west side of the river. Now, for context, just to remind you, because it's been a little while since you were in town, the parts of the town that you have explored are all on the east side of the river. Okay, you have, you know that there's a stone bridge that goes over the river. You've always kind of gone to that bridge, but instead of going over it, you followed the path, like the road that goes up the east side of the river. So you're approaching it from the side of the river you've not crossed over to before. You would have seen that on that side of the river there are kind of 3 fairly large-sized buildings, but you don't know what they are, and you've never kind of gone and looked at them or anything like that. So you do recall from having been in Rustwater, there are some buildings on this side of the river. There's a road that kind of leads off to the west, and you're kind of approaching it from the sort of the northwest-ish. So as you get near the town, it's approaching the sort of mid-evening by the time you get there, so twilight has kind of fallen, and the sun is starting to set. So the sun's starting to set, it's twilight's fallen. It's getting to that sort of purplish kind of evening light. But you notice as you emerge from the forest and into the sort of more sparse kind of farmland areas that there is an orange glow out in front of you, coming from near to the town. And as you get a little bit closer, as you kind of round a bend of the river and come round a little copse of trees, you can see that at least one of these of the large buildings on the side of the river where you now are is clearly on fire. It's too far away for you to see what else is going on. So I'm gonna ask you what you're all gonna do next. You are probably still a good few, like, quarter of a mile distant at this point, so you can't see anything that's going on. You're gonna have to kind of figure out how you're going to approach this. But while you're thinking about that, I'm going to do this session's power word, because that needs to be done. And I'm going to say that this session's power word is the word submarine.
For those
Penny, would you like to explain that? Yeah.
For those that are new, we have been doing a power word. We're going to be doing a total of 7 power words for streams.
That was number 6.
Yep. That's number 6. So the next one, we've been discussing when we're going to do it because of scheduling kind of pushing us to do multiple sessions right after the other. So we're going to probably hold off on the last one until our next session, like on the 27th. I think it is. In which case, if you have all 7 power words from previous streams and this one as well, if you have all the correct power words, and after we're done doing the last one, if you submit all of the power words to Aldous, you get to have your name put in the running for some metal D&D dice to be mailed to you by yours truly. So this is the 6th out of 7th. If you haven't been around for the previous sessions, we do have a YouTube channel where you can catch up on all the previous content and catch the other words.
Mommy. Mommy.
So,
Mommy.
All
That
right.
has been linked in chat too.
Hurrah. Seamless planning there.
So
Almost
professional.
professional. Hmm.
Steady now,
Mhm,
steady.
mhm.
Okay. So you guys have kind of emerged from a forest. You've kind of come out into sort of more or less clear farmland. You can see the sort of shadows of a couple of big buildings ahead of you, some of which appear to be on fire. What are you going to do? Are you going to approach with caution? Are you going to pelt it down the road as quick as you can?
Truly kind of does like the look to both sides. We run? Do we?
And Deme is just kind of sighing and goes, "Yeah, we run. More people are in trouble. What's up with this town?"
We run. I'm all about running. Let's do this.
I thought you were
Numbers
about
like-
climbing.
I'm
Yeah.
also about thrusting and
I'll
busting
try and keep
too,
up.
but you know, I'm an athletic
Oh
individual.
God! And Truly just starts running. So that would be Truly jumped into the lead and started running first. Might not be a good thing,
Okay.
but
With your
All right.
reputation.
You've only been killed once.
Mhm.
You know, I mean,
no
Totally
big.
fine.
Miss-
Totally fine.
No big.
okay. So basically, the way that you are running, you essentially you have to kind of run a little bit around the burning buildings, and you kind of in sort of what we might imagine is like the end of the street, looking into town. You basically are at this point about, let's say, about 100 feet away from the bridge that leads across the river, and there is essentially a scene of like utter confusion that greets you. In the far distance, you can see people kind of milling about in the town square. You can't tell what is going on over there, but but there appears to be fighting going on this side of the river. Just to clarify something that Penny was saying, by the way, about the power words, if people just want to DM me on Twitch, that's probably the best way. They can whisper it to me on Twitch, or if you're in Penny's Discord, if you want to DM it to me there, then that's also going to be nice and convenient. So whichever way. Right, so about 100 feet from the bridge. On the side of the bridge nearest to you, there are two large buildings on your left. What look like they would have been quite sort of long, low, fairly sturdy wooden buildings. And they are both very much in flames as things stand. On the right-hand side is a much more important looking building. It's surrounded by an iron fence that sits atop a low stone wall. The bottom kind of third of the building is also in stone, but the upper kind of 1.5 stories of it are in wood. There's also a series of kind of boxes and things in the yard next to this building. That one is not on fire at the moment. There are several figures fighting outside the burning buildings. What appear to be a number of regular human-looking people, about 3 or 4 of them, in fact. They seem to only be armed with pickaxes and shovels. There are also several other humans lying dead on the floor. And the reason is because they are basically fighting a couple of figures that keep kind of being wrapped in shadow and disappearing and reappearing on the other side of them. These are some figures who are distressingly familiar to you at this point. They are both dressed in very form-fitting black robes. They both appear to be female. They both appear to be wearing red metal masks on their faces. And the miners seem completely and totally overmatched. As you look towards the bridge that leads into town, you can see that on the far side of the bridge, a kind of ramshackle barricade has been thrown up, boxes, barrels, bits of furniture, that kind of thing. There appear to be a couple of kind of bodies slumped on that barricade, and there appear to be a few of the townspeople. You think maybe you recognize one or two of them from the pub on the far side of that barricade with bows and arrows. On the bridge itself, you recognize the burly figure of the barman from the pub, wielding an axe that's almost as big as himself as he fights on the bridge, along with a couple of figures in full armor that you have never seen before, and they are currently engaged in fighting several hobgoblins that are obviously trying to force their way across the bridge. There's a couple further back taking pot shots with bows. There's 3 with swords kind of fighting these 2 guys on the bridge. There are also a couple of other figures on the bridge, but you can't quite make them out because there's a lot of shadows and flickering of the flames and the smoke and so on. But none of that is actually what captures your attention the most. What captures your attention the most is the enormous figure that is about twice as tall as any of the rest of them, that is stood in front of the fancier stone building. It's currently holding a large barrel, which has had a hole knocked in the top of it, and it's basically got like what looks like a bed sheet hanging out of the top that's currently on fire. So it's basically holding like a barrel-sized Molotov cocktail. But what really makes this figure stand out is the fact that it has 2 heads. And the 2 heads are currently having an argument with each other about whether they should throw the barrel at the building and burn something down because that was fun, and the other head is screaming that they should go and fight on the bridge because that's where all the fun is and the action, and they're currently kind of stood there. So all of that is taking place a good kind of 60 feet from you, so you're going to have to do some running if you're going to get there quickly. Alternatively, you could approach with a bit of caution and sneak your way in. But that is the scene that greets you as you round the corner. And at that point, I'll ask everyone to roll for initiative.
I gotta tell you something. I have a plan, and it's gonna be good. I have a plan. We got this, guys. Snicky.
You had a plan last time.
Oh no, I
know
rolled
it.
1. Oh, this is bad. I rolled 1. I have
19.
a plan.
What do I add to this one?
I knew a gentleman that would have been really good for this if we were going to be sneaky. He's a really sneaky guy.
You guys, we can blow up the barrel
18.
in that guy's hand and blow him up. We just have to be sneaky about it. We'll just blow him up by using the barrel that he's holding.
I agree. Making something explode is extremely sneaky.
Yeah, no, I think that we should shoot it with firebolt and explode his own faces off of him.
You know that I can't make firebolts.
I can.
Sparkly fingers.
I think Demaya, she could do lightning bolt. It'll do the same thing. It'll go...
Yeah.
Maya doesn't have lightning bolt.
No, she doesn't, but she could hit it with lightning. I'm sure it will have the same effect.
So we want to, yet again, give up our advantage and let them know where we are by making a big explosion?
We can sneak up, but I still think that while he's holding the barrel that's gonna explode anyways, we might as well explode him, right? And he's huge. He's huge. I mean, it's up to you. There's multiple figures.
I think that if we take out the bigger threat first, yes, that this is good. And he seems to be a large threat because of his size, but he is arguing with himself, so he's not that smart.
but he probably hits really hard, and I kind of don't feel like passing out again. And I guess I don't want anything to happen to any of you either.
Well, I
Right.
was thinking
Leia,
about
what
going
did you
to
get
help
for
those guys
initiative?
over there.
Oh, I need to roll that. I
did. I rolled again.
18.
And I had rolled 19.
Okay.
I did an
The only
18.
one I don't have is Grumbly then.
18. Yeah. Yeah, boy.
Okay. So.
Okay, you know what? I messed it up last time. Tamaya, what do you want to do? Although I really do think that exploding
well,
the two-faced beast might be the way to go. Because if he hits us, I
Okay.
think that I'm going to probably go down.
It's Adrian, okay,
Mm-hmm.
on to be up first. Simultaneously, Adrian, as you do this, you see one of the hobgoblins fighting over on the bridge take a swing at one of the armored figures that you can see there. Takes a swing at them with a sword, a little bit too far away for you to see exactly what has happened. But you hear a cry. Okay. So, Adrian, what are you going to do?
I'm going to try and sneak up very, very stealthy and sneaky.
Okay.
So I'm going to take my time going up there, but I'm going to have my crossbow out ready to go.
All right. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for me, please.
That's a nat 1.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Stealthy. Stealthy.
So, as you approach, you get to within about 30 feet or so, and the big giant kind of that's busy arguing with itself. Obviously, one of its heads is looking away from you, but one of its heads is looking towards you, and it kind of lets out a roar. Thing coming to get us. You've been spotted.
No.
Yeah, the man is just gonna be
that's
like-
not what's going on at all. I'm just trying to see which one of you gets to look from their mother.
It roars with rage.
That's a good move, bro. Good move.
Yeah.
Piss him off.
So-
Yep, he's going to kill you first.
Then you could sneak another way.
You know what? You weren't sneaky at all. I'm just gonna say it. You weren't sneaky at all, and now he's seen us, and now you've insulted him.
Why
his
couldn't there have been
mother?
a tree here for me to climb up into with my spider abilities? It would have been
All right,
so much
you do
easier.
still have your action left because that was just your movement.
I'm gonna shoot, my crossbow. Here.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and
I'm
roll
gonna
to
target.
hit,
Yeah.
as I figure you're shooting the big annoyed
Oh, yeah.
giant.
And Demea is just watching this like,
That's a
and
20.
there goes our surprise.
That's
A
Yeah,
nat
that's
20
20.
or
Nat
a
20.
dirty 20? Nat 20. Okay,
Nat 20.
so what
So
we'll
that'll be
do?
a 23 total. Actually.
What you can do is you can take your first damage dice for your crossbow, and you can just max that out. So that'd be a 6, and then you can roll another d6 on top of that.
All right. That's a 5 on the first roll.
Oh no, I said we'll max the first roll out
Oh,
because it's
okay.
a crit, right?
Well, then
and then you
5.
can take
5.
so 5. So that's and then you add 1 to that, so that is 12 altogether.
That's correct. Yes.
So, yeah, obviously it's busy staring at you, and you like take a shot and kind of hit it in the side of the neck, and it's like "Rah!" at you. Clearly not very happy at all.
Probably not.
Okay, so Demea, it's you to go next.
Hmm.
I really think we could explode the barrel in his hands.
Hey, I think she wants to explode the barrel in his hands.
I think you should do that.
You know, I was planning on it until you guys tried to suggest it to do it. Now I don't want to do it.
I'm sorry.
This is not the
I
time.
mean, also bear in mind you are a Tempest cleric. Most of your attacks are based on lightning, which is not known for being fire.
No, but it's got sparks, and it would ignite if it made contact, with the liquid inside the barrel. Skaboo.
That could just be bacon juice in there. This isn't a smart creature. Why are we whispering?
Well, we don't want
If y'all
everybody to
can
know.
Adrian gave it away.
Okay, everyone,
I
shush,
blame
so
whoever
I can
constructed
concentrate on what I'm doing. Oh my god, you guys are loud. Like, oh my god, they all know we're all here. Oh my god. Like, shush.
I don't
Shush.
think they all know.
Well, they know now, because you guys won't stop talking.
We're being so quiet. Come on, Mucky, be quiet. Or, Grumbly, be quiet. She's gonna smile and elbow Grumbly. Like, yeah, come on, Grumbly, be quiet.
Right.
It's
So,
just gonna
Demea,
be
what you do?
so-
What are you gonna do?
She's gonna use Guiding Bolt in the monster's face.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and make a roll to hit.
Seven.
Total?
Yep.
You obviously get a little bit overexcited, and your guiding bolt kind of whistles directly between its two heads, and it's
That's because
remains
people
unhurt.
wouldn't shut up. She was very distracted.
It was entirely everyone else's fault. I think we can all agree on that. Anything else? Any bonus actions? Any movement? You are at this point about 60 feet away from where most of the fighting is taking place.
Right now she's quite happy to stay there because she's very.
Okay.
I'll just double check if I have any cool. Oh wait, I used a spell as my action, so nope. I'll just hang out where I am.
Okay, Grumbly, you're up.
Grumbly's got a crossbow, hasn't he, as well?
Grumbly does.
Grumbly's going to have a crack at this barrel with his crossbow.
Okay.
Being as his bestie seems to think that's the best course of action. Feels that that's the most heroic course of action he can take. And he wants to impress her.
You can go ahead and roll to hit.
Ooh. What do I add to that?
For you, probably +2. No, +4, sorry.
It's 23 then.
Okay, so you definitely hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
This is going to be bad. That's my 6th one, yeah?
Yes.
I know my dice.
There you go.
Nerd.
Oh, it's a 2 plus whatever I have to add to that.
Okay, so it's 4 damage altogether. Actually, you can go ahead and re-roll that because it should have been a D8, not a D6.
A 3.
Okay, so you got 5. So you fire a crossbow bolt. It thunks into the side of the barrel. It's a barrel. It's made of wood. It's pretty sturdy. The crossbow bolt thunks into the side of it.
What? This isn't how I've seen it before.
It was a good idea.
It was.
Maybe we need fire.
You shot a plank of wood with an arrow.
Rumbly's kind of sat there scratching his head, thinking,
Mm,
maybe I
So-
need fire.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grumbly is having valuable thoughts. While he does this, you see one of the hobgoblins on the bridge making an attack, and one of the armored figures on the bridge cries out and falls. The other one next to it kind of makes a lets out a bit of a war cry and calls out and lets out and scores a hit on the counter attack, but the hobgoblin does not go down. And at that point, the big lumbering giant finally gets itself moving, and so it with one of its hands, it smashes the barrel over the fence and into the building, which now is well ablaze because of the enormous amount of oil all over it. With its other hand,
Missed
it
opportunity.
reaches onto its back, where there are two very big handles jutting up over its shoulders, and it pulls out an enormous morning star, which is basically like a big spiky club, and it strides over to Adrian, and is going to take
Almost
a swing
like giving
at
away
him.
your position was a bad thing.
Almost like not exploding the thing was a bad thing. It was a solid idea. I stand by it. Adrian, I hope
I
you're going to
don't
be
have
okay.
fire. I don't have fire.
I mean, do we
Adrian,
not
you
have
take-
torches?
Adrian, you take 11 points of piercing damage
Ooh.
Okay.
as it thwacks you fairly handily
Mhm.
upside the head.
Did we have? We did have a long rest before this fight, didn't we?
You did? Yes,
Yeah.
you should have knocked one off.
I'm gonna knock one out now.
Time and a place.
Sorry, I had my.
Will that count as enough of a distraction to just startle them all for a turn?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure I would want to risk it in the middle of combat, but you know. So
The pressure
So-
might make it hard to perform. I know.
all right. At which point, Zar is going to call out to you that he is going to go and help the villagers, but he is going to try and help before he does, and he is going to cast Call Lightning on the giant before he runs off. So the giant, which is called an Etin, by the way, because it has two heads, is going to have to make a save, which it fails because it is big and lumbering. And it is going to take 18 damage from that. And then Zar at this point is going to say, there are wounded on the other side of the bridge. I'm going to go and see if I can help them. And he kind of sneaks off around the back of the burning buildings towards where the river is. And at that point, you see one of the black-robed figures fighting the miners take turn. And it is fighting against two of the miners. And you basically see it lash out and make 2 attacks on the first miner, and you notice that it's not fighting with a weapon. It's basically fighting unarmed, but it basically snaps out this kind of chopping blow with one of its hands before launching into a kick that puts one of the miners down on his face, and it then turns around and does the same to another one of the miners as well, and they are both down. You see the other of the shadowy figures finish off one more of the fighters, so there is one of the miners remaining on his feet at this point. And at that point, you see some more fighting coming from the bridge, but I won't talk you through exactly everything that's going on there because that will just delay things for a bit. Suffice to say, while I'm rolling some dice, truly it's going to be your turn.
So the two-headed guy is fighting Adrian, or he walked away?
Yes. No, two-headed
Fighting.
guy is fighting Adrian at the moment.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to cast Hellish Rebuke at the two-headed giant thingy. In an attempt to help out Adrian, because, you know, I don't want to see him die.
She cares a lot.
Don't want to see you die. I'm a decent human. I think it just instantly hits, right? But they have to do a dex save of 14.
Yeah, but you can only cast Hellish Rebuke on something that's damaged you. And much as we might like to pretend that you and Adrian have essentially become one and bonded,
Sir.
closely,
Unnecessary. Unnecessary.
he does not count as you, as far as spells are concerned.
Oh, okay. So this can be cast in reaction to being damaged?
Yes.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay, that's cool. In that case, I'm going to attempt Chromatic Orb and make it acid
Okay.
damage.
Are you going to go first or second level spell slot for that? Because obviously second level does a little bit more damage.
Yeah, I think I'll go second.
Okay. You go ahead and roll to hit.
I can't see. No way. No way. No way.
Oh, no.
I have inspiration. I can re-roll.
Yes, you do have inspiration. You
Thank
can re-roll.
Fuck. I rolled a
Did you
1.
nat one it?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
nat
of course.
won it. Thank you, inspiration. Oh, God, no. Oh, no.
Even your magic doesn't want to help Adrian.
Why? I think these dice need to take a nappy nap. Okay, that's better. That's 18 plus 6, so it definitely hits.
That's fine. So go ahead and roll your 4d8 for damage first of all.
Oh no! First of all, oh no, oh no. $21.
Okay. So you blast into it with this enormous splash of acid, and it lets out a couple of enormous roars in pain, one from each head. Okay. So I'm going to need you, first of all, to roll a d20 for the regular wild magic.
And private DM, or do I just say it out loud?
It's up to you because no one else has the table. So.
Oh, then 9.
Oh, sorry, 9. So that was for regular wild magic. Sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's fine. You don't trigger a regular wild magic thing, but you do trigger the 2 redemptions. So go ahead and roll those 2.
Thank you, friends.
We love you so much.
Like a bad toe.
Oh no. Oh no.
And at this point, end of session.
Oh,
Like,
again?
well, tune in next time.
Again?
Again? Alright,
Okay.
well.
Okay, so those of you, all of you at this point in the group notice that this fight is very depressing. There's a lot of horrible kind of ninja-y people who you keep getting bothered by killing people, and that's really depressing. And there's a big giant, and Adrian's got hurt, and that's really depressing. And some stuff's on fire, and you couldn't stop it, and that's kind of depressing. You get very depressed, basically, all of you. Demea and Truly, who are close enough to notice, also notice that Grumbly has begun to smell pretty bad, like really kind of cloud of noxious fumes over his head, kind of bad.
Oh my god, that smell is... God, that's so sad. Oh god, it's making this horrible situation so much worse. Why don't you bathe? Why don't you bathe?
I think it was the berry.
I think my tibia is broken, but it's not as bad as your stank ass.
What's up with these
so
people?
sorry.
Why am I stuck
Alright.
with them?
Adrian, you might very well be depressed about it, but it is currently your turn.
I can't. No, I don't want it. I don't want it to be. I don't want it to. It's a 10. I'm just gonna
with-
roll ahead of time to take damage.
Modifiers?
13.
Okay, yeah, that's enough to hit.
Okay. That's a 3. With
So
4.
7 altogether.
Yep.
Okay. Because you're on longsword now, right? Because you're in
That was
close combat.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, you can still do crossbow, but it is literally standing right in front of you.
Yep.
So, I'm assuming you're going to go sword at that
Yep.
point.
Pretty much just poking it in the toe.
Okay.
It had to be the toe.
So we'll call that 7 damage altogether then. All right. So, are you doing anything else? Because that was your action, but obviously you've got bonus
I'm gonna
actions and
try
stuff
to-
like that.
Slowly back up and be like, hey, great, good guys, fire the house, because above the destruction and all the things you've done with the place,
Okay. If you leave its melee range, you do trigger attack of opportunity.
No.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
That sounds really depressing.
Just gonna take like 2 steps back. Just 2. Just yeah. Look.
I mean,
I
its
give you
melee
them,
range is
but-
5 feet, so I'm going to say that probably doesn't leave its melee range. You're still well within its melee range.
Look, there's more houses you could burn. Do the houses. You'll burn things. This guy likes to burn.
I don't even like him, but I'm so sad that Adrian's about to die from the two-headed beast.
You're sad about that? Why?
I just...
I don't get
Demea,
that.
No, I'm really sad.
I don't want him to
It's your
die. I
turn.
just, I'm not heartless. He's kind of broken, I don't want him to die. And also, it's gonna be really gross when he gets like exploded with that morning star thing.
But my arrow didn't explode the barrel.
That was so disappointing. Oh god, it would have
The
been so
berry.
cool. We should have lit the
Oh.
arrow on fire.
Oof. Even I'm starting to smell me.
Yeah, can you step
Mayor,
away, please?
You'll go.
Yeah. Demea's trying to think of a spell, but the depression is. Why is she stuck helping this town? She'd rather just be hunting down whoever killed her mentor. Like, frickin' town, always being in trouble. She's gonna use
Jesus
guiding
God.
bolt on this stupid monster again, and hopefully hit the stupid thing.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
Nat 20
Nice.
Oh God, it's
plus,
so horrible.
plus 5. I dig it at level 2.
Okay. So at that point, I think you get, is it 66 of damage?
5d6.
No, because it's nat 20, so you double it up. So it goes from 4d6 to 8d6.
Oh shit.
Oh, I'm doing it at level 2 too.
Oh,
So
so it's 10.
at
So
level
it's
2.
10d6 of damage.
Here I thought I had enough d6s, but I have to roll twice.
Oh shit.
Oh wait, I'm
God.
supposed to be depressed.
She's like, it's gonna be so gross. I'm about to make another person explode.
Why
Trying
does
to act
everything
really
I
depressed
touch
about it.
die?
This is gonna be so excellent, but I'm too sad to enjoy it.
Oh my!
And you smell bad. I thought I asked
My
you to
tailor is
step
gonna
away.
hate. He's gonna hate.
I'm
It's so
sorry.
bad for them. And then the launderer, he's gonna clean things. It's gonna be gross. There's gonna be bits of this shit all over it.
I actually
I'm
don't
just-
care if you die anymore. I'm sorry, you're just so annoying.
39.
Oh, you're gonna fucking shoot some web in your face because of a spider.
29?
What are you gonna shoot in my
30.
face?
39.
39.
web.
39. How do you kill it, Aqua? Go
Really
on.
sad
Tell
spider
us.
web.
So
Stop
she's really
spraying
sad.
sticky
She's like-
stuff at Truly.
She's staring at her hands, making this orb, and it's reminding her of her mentor who taught her so much, and she's just so sad. And then she feels like there's like sparks going down her horns as she just builds up this power, and she just lets out this wail like.
Okay, and propelled by your incredible electrical emo powers, this enormous kind of radiant orb smashes into the creature's chest and basically blasts straight through it, essentially, and its two heads kind of look down at its chest and then look at each other in confusion before it basically topples over backwards and slams into the floor.
Oh,
Oh God, I hope he's okay.
Samaya, you're so badass. I don't know why that's so sad, but it is. You're such a badass. Oh god.
I'm gonna miss him so much.
Adrian,
Grumbly,
did you
it's
say you
your
were gonna
turn.
shoot
Right.
something white and sticky in my face?
Why
would you say that?
Webs. That's what. Because I'm a.
Why would you say
spider
that to me?
abilities, and it's okay, you know.
Why would you say that to me?
My arrow just did nothing, and then
Grumbly, you're still standing too close to me. I'm sorry, man. Please go.
Sorry.
Oh,
Go over
I'm not
here.
crying because I'm sad. I'm crying because he's fucking smells so bad.
Is that why you're crying? I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, it's kind of why.
What else is
It
there?
could also be the giant bone sticking out of my leg.
Oh god,
Oh, that's what that is.
he cries a
Don't
lot.
touch it. Don't touch it.
Grumbly, your turn.
Grumbly's too depressed to have a turn, but he's going to try anyway. He's going to kind of waddle over and try and help Adrian's with his bone problem.
Okay, so you're going to go over and stand next to Adrian.
Mm-hmm. And look at his bone.
Okay. That is fine. Are you going to do anything else, or just stare at Adrian,
Can I help him?
presumably
Like,
longingly?
try and help repair his leg? Maybe
Oh,
strap it up a bit.
Maybe you stay over there. Actually,
You can make a medicine check.
Can I now?
You can.
With my
You
big D?
Yes, indeed.
Crumbly, I feel like you could really help us out by grossing other people out by going away from us. I'm so sorry. You're my friend, but you smell so bad.
Yeah. And I've walked over to Adrian, and now he's in my stank radius.
Oh no.
That was a 5, by the way.
So much worse.
Okay, so you basically walk over to Adrian and kick him in the leg at the same time as stinking him out.
No, that's the bad
So
one.
yeah, you don't do much good. Right, you see the fight on the bridge kind of carrying on. The human people on the bridge seem quite hard
Feel like
pressed
that
by the
was-
sort of
feel like that was
half
done out of
dozen or
anger.
so goblins, hobgoblins on the bridge. Now, at that point, you the figures who have been fighting the miners, in the sort of the form-fitting black robes and the red masks, kind of whip around, and they basically see the Etin fall to the ground, and they realize that there is a big threat from behind them, and they essentially run over, and they are going to charge over at you. One of them is going to go after Grumbly, and one of them is going to go after Adrian.
That's right. There's a big threat coming from behind.
They basically swarm over at you, and essentially are kind of attacking sort of martial arts style, with sort of kicks and punches and blows. So the first one that's going to go after Adrian. Adrian, what's your armor class?
16.
16. Okay, Adrian, you're going to get hit twice. It's going to makes 4 attacks on you. You managed to kind of parry 2 of them, but it's just basically moving too quickly. You've not really fought anything like this before. And you are going to take 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
There.
So
angry.
All right, Grumbly.
Oh, just kill me now so that the smell goes away.
I don't.
Okay. Despite the fact that, I mean, if something wearing a mask could look disgusted, this one would probably look disgusted. But it's going to run over to you. It is going to hit you with 1 of its 4 attacks, and you're going to take 6 bludgeoning damage from it.
Ouch.
I find it really hard to be sad that Adrian's getting the shit kicked out of him when he threatened to shoot sticky stuff at my face. It was so mean.
Okay, the battle rages on the bridge, and truly, it is your turn.
I'm gonna go after the one that's hurting my actual friend. And do chromatic orb.
Thank you for saving me. Thank you.
I feel like the party would be very depressed by the iPad running out of battery.
Oh,
No.
this poor iPad. Why is it out of? Why? Why is the iPad out of battery?
I don't
Clearly-
know what an
clearly-
iPad is,
Oh.
but it sounds
Clearly by the
fantastic.
big bad evil guy.
Why are we rocking around with pads of eyes?
That's
I now to try to work out like some sort of way of getting a beholder that had a pad of eyes, like in its lair or something.
Well,
We
I need to
definitely
change
need
my
one.
pants.
Do they know how to blink? Oh,
So does Adrian.
Yeah, well, and apparently wash my face. So I'm gonna cast
I'm wearing the brown pants today for a good reason.
a nice fiery orb over at the one attacking Grumbly.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and roll to hit. Are you doing that level 1 or level 2 slot?
1. And that is 17.
That'll hit.
Okay. Ugh, God. Oh no. Oh my God, no. No. Oh, this is so bad. Oh no.
I mean, that fits with the fact that you're very depressed.
Oh yeah. So wait, that was 8 total. Yep.
8. Okay.
Mhm.
So obviously, you know, it doesn't normally get a save, but clearly these things are like quite so agile and nimble that it, you know, this chromatic orb comes searing towards it, but it sort of twists out of the way and doesn't take that much damage from it. So we are back to the top of the round. At which point I know that we kind of need to finish a little bit early this week, so we can end it there if we want, or we can go through another round of combat if people want to do that.
Yeah, go for it.
One more round? Okay. Adrian, it's your turn.
Hi, puppy.
I really hope
Girl.
he doesn't die.
I can't hear you, Adrian. I don't know if you muted yourself by accident.
I'm going to use Searing Smite on this attack with my sword, so that's what I plan to do.
Okay. So you gotta roll the hit first.
18.
Okay, so that will hit.
Yes.
Oh, you big old pain in the butt. Why?
Oh,
Why
that's
though?
a 1.
Go.
Fuck.
Other room.
But I do get. That's a 1 with the the sword. So that actually is a 5.
Okay, so yeah, that's gonna miss.
Yep. And then the Searing Smite.
The Searing Smite basically is only.
Oh, I missed. That's right.
It basically makes your sword do extra super big damage, but you missed. So, but the Searing Smite stays on your sword for like 10 rounds, so you've still got it for a while. Okay. At which point, Demea, it's your turn.
Am I close enough to get in melee range from where I am?
Yes, you would be.
Okay, I will go join Adrian and fight
In
whatever
the
he's fighting.
afterlife?
Okay, that's fine. You can run in there and go help Adrian.
And since he's being so dramatic, I will use a prayer of healing.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh no, not this.
So okay. Sorry. Up to 6 creatures of your choice that you can see within range.
Now you might want to reconsider that because the casting time on Prayer of Healing is 10 minutes. So it's more of like a ritual out of combat kind of thing than a
okay.
snappy
In that
in
case,
combat thing that you can do.
In that case, I'll do healing word at 2nd level.
Okay, that is fine because that's a bonus action. So 2d4. Yeah, 2d4 plus 3.
Uh, 7 total.
7 total. Okay, so 7 total healing to Adrian. That's fine. Right. So, and you've still got your action left.
And with my action, I will hit that thing in the face with my warhammer.
That's fine. Go ahead and roll to hit.
15?
That'll hit.
Yay! I'll swing it two-handed.
Okay. That's fine. So your armor class is going to drop if you're not doing your shield. That's fine.
Right, shit. No, two-handed.
Stick with. Okay, that's fine.
8 damage.
Okay.
She's too depressed to hold her shield. It's too much work.
All right. So, Grumbly, your turn.
Grumbly's gonna whip out his shield and his mighty hammer and take a swing at the one that's attacking him. But he's thinking back to his sort of his previous dream, and and basically just tries to predict the moves of his attacker, so he can get it at a disadvantage. So when it's sort of in the right position, he can just sort of take a nice little jab at it.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. So obviously, yeah, you can riposte at it with yeah, you can make an attack if it misses you, absolutely, using one of your superiority dice. Okay, but for now it's just the normal attack.
Yep. Okay, here we go. Uh, 19 plus whatever my attack is.
That'll hit. So you got D8 plus 3 is your damage.
D8. Here we go. Good luck. That's a 6.
Okay. So 9 altogether, yeah?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, oh, that's fine. All right, that's fine. And then it is their turn at that point. So the one that's fighting Adrian and the one that's fighting Demea, it's gonna try and kind of throw its attacks against both of you. So split its attacks. It's going to do 2 on each of you. The 2 attacks against Demea, it's going to miss, but Adrian, it's going to hit you with both of them.
No.
And you take 9 damage from it.
People stop taking damage. I can't heal everyone.
Right, the other one that is fighting Grumbly.
This is the most depressing thing I've ever seen in my life.
Right, Grumbly, you are gonna get hit twice.
Why are we just walking up to these people and flicking them?
You're gonna get a hit for 12 damage total.
Ouch.
But it's gonna miss you twice. So you can, if you want, use one of your superiority dice to make a free attack.
Which dice is that? Do I need
Right,
to
no.
roll?
So on your character sheet, you have a little section called superiority dice. You've got 4 slots, so you can just mark off one of those as being spent. Then just roll a normal attack with your d20.
9 plus my attack, whatever that is.
So 14
Nine.
total.
Yeah.
So that's not quite enough. So you don't quite manage to hit it.
Do I need to roll again for 2 rolls?
No, you don't get advantage on that. Right, okay. So, Trudy, we're back to you.
Now there's how many on each?
There's 1 on Grumbly, and there's 1 attacking both Demea and Adrian.
I'm gonna go after the one that's on Grumbly.
Okay, that's fine. What are we going with?
I think I'm going to do another first level chromatic orb, and go with acid again.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and roll to it.
That is 14.
That's not quite enough. That's gonna miss. But what you can now do for me is you can roll a d20 twice, actually. Tell me the result, which can be out loud. Doesn't have to be in DM or anything.
Is there something I can do with the sorcery points about not getting it high enough, or is that something else that I'm thinking of?
Pass. I'll look that up while you roll your d20.
Okay. Okay. Wait, you said tell you privately?
Nope, you can just tell me what the result is.
6.
Okay, and then the second one?
4.
Okay, no, both of those are fine. No, there's not. There's. What can you do? Sorry.
Tides of Chaos?
Ah, okay. Let's just have a quick look.
Gain advantage on one attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
Fine, if you want to do that, that's not a problem at all.
Tides of Chaos to try and hit this beast again, even though dice aren't being nice to me today. Ooh, nat 20.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Plus 6, so 26.
Okay, that's fine. So you get to roll 68 damage. What is it with the spellcasters and like the heavy artillery spells this session? Craziness.
Because we're not doing very good with the melee.
I think me and Adrian need to work out more.
It's the fucking Badger's fault.
He's still got 1 hit point left. I don't know what he's complaining about.
Probably that I have 1 hit point left. Is that thought? I'm really sad about it.
You said 8 of them, right? Or 6?
No,
Welcome to my world.
Okay, so 2 more. Last one.
Really wish I could just shoot a spider web and swing away.
29.
29. Describe to us what it looks like when you chromatic orb this thing to death.
Well, I chose acid. So
You
basically this thing just kind of slams into probably her back, since she's going to be facing Mucky, I guess. And it's just going to sizzle, and kind of like skin just starts kind of glopping to the ground in a circular spot on her back. And then she's just going to fall.
Okay. And obviously, with your nat 20, you put a lot of oomph into this spell, presumably because you're very worried about Grumbly. So I'm going to ask you to roll your percentile dice for me, please.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
No. Grumbly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, for you.
Oh yeah.
Oh no. Okay.
Nervous
yeah.
sweating.
55. 55. 55. 55. Totally fine.
Okay. You are sufficiently worried about Grumbly that as you cast that spell, all of your hair fell out.
What?
Like the wild magic has coursed through you and essentially fried all of the hair off your head. It's just all fallen out. So,
Oh, that's unexpected. That's unexpected.
Bold cap next session, guys. Bold cap next session.
so yeah, that was your Tides of Chaos triggering the actual wild magic table.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say that Truly is sobbing uncontrollably. I think that that's probably fair, and probably has more reason to do so than Adrian at this point.
I mean, she was already very depressed. So,
Yeah, nope, she's sobbing.
okay, that takes us through another full round of combat. How are we getting on at this point? I know that one or two of us said we had needed to end a little early today, so I'm happy to end there and we can pick it back up. Or if you guys want to try and get through one more round, and it took us 10 minutes for the last one, so you know, if you want to try and get through one more round to try to sort of finish off some of the combat, then that is fine.
Yeah.
I feel
we'll do
like, because I was gonna say, if I feel like ending with Truly sobbing over her lost hair seems like a nice
Yeah,
clean.
it does. Yeah,
Yeah.
go on then.
I'm happy to end it there.
It's a real smooth spot to finish.
It's a,
Do I?
God, that was bad.
Does it magically grow back?
You're welcome.
Mm.
Does it?
Well, I guess we'll find out.
What's
In
the
next
druid
episode
even
of
doing?
Time of the Wolf.
Oh God!
Mm.
Who am I without my glorious curly hair?
That's probably an effect from being duty, you know?
I like Redneck saying this fight has really come to a head.
It's basically just part of duty that's still there. It's the male pattern baldness that she's suffering from.
You know what? Duty is one handsome son of a bitch. Like we all know. All right.
I saw photos.
I was gonna say I saw Judy's picture of him.
I mean, that's just one interpretation. Maybe like they were looking.
Well,
You know,
probably redraw now.
they
leave
only
less
saw
hair.
Duty like through like underneath Adrian humping the mermaid, and so like it was all warped looking from the water, you know, while Duty's hanging over the water so that's
Sure.
that's- I mean, I can't control that, but all I know is you know what, I'm sure that Truly is gonna rock the bald look. Sure of it.
It was
Sure of
a-
it. Mhm.
It was a naiad.
The mermaid, yeah.
It was a naiad.
Yeah. Who is apparently wet enough to find attractive.
You're just jealous.
Apparently so.
Better the better. I mean,
It's
oh,
interesting that after I nailed the naiad, you're all over Adrian the next time. It's just interesting. How...
So, you know what? This wild magic thing is such a good idea. I'm so glad that I thought of it. I'm not regretting it in the least bit.
No, not at all.
This
no,
was a lot of
it's
fun.
definitely made it really, really, really horrible to do the campaign.
I think Bald truly is just jealous of Adrian and his flowing hair.
We need a good proper name for Bold Truly. So
Flowing hair.
See,
Very badly.
Even Holly
hurt.
thinks it. Yeah.
Wait, you guys.
Right, Holly?
I think I know what's gonna happen if Truly's hair doesn't come back naturally. She's gonna cut off Adrian's in his sleep.
Stick it to her own head. Thus proving how jealous of his hair that she really is.
I
Totally.
mean,
yeah.
He has
yeah.
hair to spare, so, and honestly, he's probably going to rip into her for being bald, so it's only logical.
Has this been your plan all along, to steal Adrian's hair? Is this what the
It's all
main
coming
plot of the
together.
campaign is?
It's all coming together. Yes.
it's definitely
Oh, so
sounds like.
this stream is sponsored by Paul Mitchell.
Oh dear. By the way, I just want to say before we finish, thank you to everybody in chat for sticking with us. It's really lovely to have so many people join us.
Yes.
Yeah, freaking awesome, as always. If anybody has any, like, favorite moments they want to share from today's session, please write it out in chat or in the Discord Time of the Wolf channel. What was I gonna say? Shit. I was gonna say something. Oh, a reminder that
I don't know.
tomorrow we are doing another
Yeah.
session tomorrow.
Back again.
Yes, so the schedule has been updated on my Twitch profile for what we're looking at here. But oh god, Spider Cum is Homer's favorite. Cool. Maya blasting
Of course it
lightning
was.
through the giant. That was pretty great, says Redneck Jedi. But yeah, that's so yeah, we have a kind of tentative schedule. We're still in the wonky kind of month for our stuff, because normally we would do it on Fridays from 2 to 5 p.m. PST, and that's going to be our normal day, but we had like 2 straight months of just kind of like one thing after another, kind of making it difficult. So thank you for bearing with us in a little bit of kind of all over the place setup that we have right now, but we're having so much fun. Grumbly trying all the ones. Honestly, I'm putting these
This
dice.
is bad.
Yeah, I'm putting these dice in dice gel and I'm gonna pull out another set. Maybe Hashtag's dice that he gifted me is gonna be like nicer. Grumbly trying his best with with Adrian's bone, just like kicks it. Classic merciless killer. This is true.
Yeah, really.
So as always, a huge thank you to our wonderful DM for the story that he's helping us form and guiding us through, and apologies and gratitude for putting up with us, in all of our like ruin everything kind of ways, and thank the players, Aqua and Mucky and Evolve. Thank you so much for joining us and just putting this together. I really love our team, and I say it every time, and I stand by it.
No, we all hate each other, really. Don't buy into this fun stuff.
Absolutely.
You
Mucky
guys have
only
to
agreed
see
to
what
be in the
Hashtag
campaign if he
posted.
could insult us every time.
He posted in Discord. We are raiding Black Channel. Please stick around for the raid. Not very often that I do get to raid Black Channel. He's playing something called House. It looks scary and weird and intense. But
It very much is.
he's I think he's making a push for a partner. So every little bit helps. If you guys would like to check him out, he does a lot of horror stuff. Lots of the scary scaries. He's really fun. So, and I found a lot of cool games through him just by watching his streams. So, everybody, please have a wonderful day or night wherever you're at, and we will see you tomorrow for the continuation of Time of the Wolf. We will not be giving the power word tomorrow. We're going to hold off until the session following to do the last power word, and then chance to win the metal dice. So, have fun, guys. See you later. Bye.
Bye.